Hello, Sagittarius. This is your reading for the month of March. I hope you're doing amazing. If you're new, my name is Amber. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you lending your energy to the channel. If you find something here that you like or can use in the month of March, hit that like button. If you find something here that someone else can use, go ahead and share that with them. Oh, God. When Spirit's in the room with me, my nose itches so bad. Anywho, um, I just lost my train. If you want to subscribe or hear more from me, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. And if you need a private reading, which I'll be more than happy to do for you, we can squeeze you in. I'm sure. The link's in the description box below, or you can go to this website here. I'll be more than happy to help you out with that, okay? So, Sagittarius, let's jump into this. Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius? What would you like for them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of? And oh my gosh, in March. Wounded child. Be careful this month, Sagittarius, of blaming things on other people or other situations. Like, this wouldn't be happening to me if this didn't happen. It's not me, it's this person. Knowing that you did something wrong, but blaming it on another person, or just not seeing things clearly, feeling the need to blame, but not seeing things through fully. Okay, like just being so emotionally entwined in the situation that you're not seeing the truth. Okay. Oh, Sagittarius, you're not going to like this. Okay. So what I've seen is whatever this situation is, you've kind of let it go down this route. You're not going to like this. Okay. It looks like it was built in the way that you were okay with everything that was happening in the past, right? I feel like you may have even tried to change it, but you weren't as assertive as you could have been. You know, you were kind of like really nice about the situation. Oh, sorry. You were kind of like really nice about the situation and not really like as pushy as you could be to get it to work the way that it should or be the way that it should. And so in March, especially the beginning, you really got to focus on why your way of serving this relationship or situation. How are you handling it? Are you being a yes man? Okay? Which means like saying yes all the time no matter what. Agreeing and not expressing your opinions. Are you, because I'm seeing someone saying like saying how they feel and the other person isn't saying anything. They're not comprehending, they're not listening. So you think that by speaking or by yelling or by expressing that this person is getting it, but they're really blocking you out. It's something about the process of this thing that you're in, and it's not getting anywhere. And that's where we come to this conclusion with completion, because it needs to end. You're realizing that your position or your stance or the way that you're taking is not working. So either you need to change the situation or how you're approaching it, or leave the situation altogether. Okay, those are your two options. Those are definitely the two options. So let's see what we have, Sagittarius. Spirit, what we have for Sagittarius? What would you like for them to know, be aware of, or pay attention? These cards are so pretty too. Okay. So what's interesting is your bottom energy is the Hermit. So this talks about excluding yourself, whether this be emotionally or physically, from a situation, to do some deeper thinking about what the problem may be. Okay. Of whatever the problem is in this situation. And I feel like in March, all that thinking, all that knowledge, all that understanding of the situation that you're attempting to do is going to take physical energy. What am I trying to say? Going to take action. You're going to take action on those thoughts. There we go. In March, okay? So the Ace of Swords talks about knowledge or seeing or having a breakthrough or having your aha moment. And I feel like your aha moment is seeing the way that you're giving, or seeing how you just gave and never received. Okay. And how you were doing this out of love and care. And some of you were doing it out of feeling like, this is the person for me and this is what I have to do to get them on track. Right. And I feel like you seeing that you have built a relationship or a situation within that is going to help you come out of it. So because you're the person that sets the rules, you might not feel like you're in control of a relationship, but you set the rules, Sagittarius, okay? Because if something has happened that you don't like, guess what? It's not going to be happening. And you know I'm right, okay? So you set the rules and the boundaries. So what happens in a relationship, you really allow that to happen. And that's just something to think about, okay? So understanding that you have the control and understanding that you have the driving force in this, and you have been the one giving to make it happen, or kind of like allowing things to slip through the cracks, you know, it's a lot to handle. With the Ten of Wands is a burden that at once you felt okay with handling. You chose to handle that burden, and now it's time for you to like let it go and to move past that burden, okay? To release its energy on you. And yeah, now you're going down this road of cutting out things that are worth keeping and that aren't worth keeping. Yeah. What's worth keeping and what's not worth keeping. So I feel like you're taking your nurturing abilities, how you're a nurturer, and wanting to care, and comparing it or pairing it with the need to cut things out for knowledge because you had this aha moment. So you're doing it out of love. You're not doing it out of anger. And that's what's different in this scenario, is because you're doing it out of care and you're doing it out of what is right and not just because you're angry. Because you're starting to see things differently, for sure. I can see that. So you have built something, you've been together with someone for a while, or maybe there are some family members that you feel the need to really hold on to, and you've been carrying burdens for them or trying to control their situations to make a better life for them. You see where I'm going? And and you're realizing that in doing these things out of love, you were being very dreamy. Okay, because you notice that they're not learning anything. They're not changing, you know? They're not. So you have to change your teaching process. So just think of it as you being a teacher. Okay, you're trying to give knowledge. You're trying to extend knowledge to others. And if one way of teaching isn't working, you have to change the way that you're teaching. So that's what's happening, okay? So even though it may seem to the other person that you're being harsh, you're definitely doing this out of love. You are going to get some pushback. People are not going to understand because they don't like change, okay? But you have to continue in the process and believe. The Knight of Pentacles takes things slowly, right? But he consistently does it. So this old way of doing things, this is how this is coming out to me. This old way was not well thought out, but you were doing the best with what you knew or what you had. And now you have the opportunity to change that and do something different. To take this from like a child to a teenager, you know, like a page to a knight. You know, you're just moving through a different process of learning and teaching, which is weird because you might not be a teacher. So you're like, why am I teaching? Well, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, you weren't happy in your situation, Sagittarius. It's like you once were happy with how things were going or what you were in, and that has changed almost like before your eyes. You're like, wait, I'm not happy. You know, I don't like how this is going, and needing to change the path, because you realize that if you continue on this path, it's going to be a hard one. It's not easy. There's too many bumps in the road, and trying to get back to a better place. Yeah, you definitely start to see that there's more of a give and take, a give than a take than give in this situation. It's very interesting because I feel like you just start to see it. I don't feel like something happens. Honestly, I just feel like you just start to see it and you're like, what? Right? And you realize that you were trying to be caring or like a mother or a nurturer, okay? You know the reason why. You know the spiritual reason, the truth behind what it is that you were doing. It's because you're a caring, loving person. And something may have happened in the past that you were trying to fix or make up for, or trying to get things to go back to how it was in the past, okay? Again, you are in control. And what's interesting is you realize that you're in control, or you do have control over the things in your life and the way you feel about, you do. And you're not happy. You're overindulging in trying to fix or trying to do or trying to explain. And this is an opportunity for you to really make that change, or to really make some sort of impact in whatever this is. And you have to change it, right? So carrying all the burden is not going to fix that. You got to let that go, because that's not what's going to make you happy, right? Yeah. So you have to make the sacrifice to be mean, or make the changes, stop the cycle from happening. You do that. So get out of your mind, this is family, or this is family and they can do what they want, or we've been in a relationship for a long time, it'll eventually work out. Get all that out of your mind, because that is the illusion that's keeping you in this situation, okay? That doesn't give them some sort of free pass, okay, to be an asshole, because that's what this is. Okay, to use your emotions against you and manipulate you, because that's what's happening. If you're saying to someone, this is an example, I don't like when you do this, and they do it and then apologize, they're manipulating you because they know you don't like it. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. But the Page of Cups, yeah, stop having this idealistic vision of how things are going to move forward in order to be perfect and how to balance things out, okay? This person that you're dealing with, they also seem to have this idealistic version, but I feel like it's because they know that you're in control and that you'll handle it. And they also know that you really want this to work, or you really value their relationship or friendship with you, so they can still remain in that childish mindset. But you have to set up a environment so they can grow mentally. I know that sounds really weird, but you have to allow them to make decisions on their own, fail, and not try to pick them up, you know? I mean, really, that's what it is. You gotta have faith in the process. Yeah, you gotta have faith in the process. And change your bad decision making, okay? And stop nurturing. Be careful of third-party situations, okay? For those of you who are dealing with people that are in third-party situations, let that BS go, okay? Let it go. It's not about being happy all the time in a relationship, okay? Because I feel like you've tried to keep the happiness at a good level. And that's creating conflict within yourself, really. And you just continuously are leading yourself down a path of being hurt by doing that. And it's just time for that change. Whew. All right, Sagittarius. Let's go into your oracle cards. All right, Sagittarius. These are your oracle cards for March. Let's see what they have to say. Ooh. The first thing they're saying to me is, for somebody out there, you are not above this advice. Someone is trying to say, oh, this may be for the other person. It's not. It's for you. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is, you definitely are trying to take control. Okay? It's just time for you to change the way that you're doing things, or to change your idea of what this outcome will be if you continue down this path. Because basically what they're saying is, what it is that you're doing, the path that you're on, how you're handling things is not going to really get you the outcome that you're looking for or that you deserve. And they're trying to get you to see that, okay? So circle of life. Yeah, things change. And the thing about the circle of life is it doesn't stop turning. You know, it's always a circle. It never disconnects. It never stops, which means that the process of learning changes, and it goes, you have to continue to move with the circle. That's just is what it is. Once you get stagnant, that's when you lose the rotation. You know, you lose the flow. You get out of flow. That's a good way. That's how it feels to me. Okay. Some of you are doing it for the children. Okay. Some of you are trying to nurture a person because you know that they don't have the mental capacity to handle things, so you feel the need to treat them as such. That's for somebody, I know. Body work talks about taking care of yourself and healing your own energy. What they're saying to me is, why do you think you have to fix this? Why do you think that you have to be the mother of this person? Why do you think that they don't have to stand up and do the things that you do for yourself, for themselves? Why is that? Okay? And you got to take more care of yourself. Because taking on other people's energies and responsibilities, that's heavy on a person. You are a powerful light worker. Some of you are doing this because a person has passed away. I don't know what that means, but they're just saying it to me that way. I'm not going to get into it. So, you're a powerful light worker. Like I said, you are the creator of this. Do you hear me? What I'm saying is you are in control whether you know it or not. Not that you have a manipulative capability. Manipulative doesn't necessarily have to be a bad word, but it just means that you can bend the energy. You can bend the situation, right? You kind of have the power to get people to think what you think, or do what you want in a way. I don't know how else to explain that. And some of you use the power of words, some of you use the power of emotion, but it's about using this in a way that's beneficial. You know, not just trying to achieve a goal because you don't know if that's the real goal you should be going towards. You know, we don't know the answers for ourselves, and that's for real. How many times have we thought that someone was perfect for us and they weren't? Okay? So just keep that in mind. If you were still in that same mindset of that same person, think about all the hurt and all the other people that you would have missed out on, you know, if you would have focused on that one thing. So redefining a situation or looking at something different is always good. Okay, Sagittarius. Yeah, this person doesn't look at things the same way. And that's why I feel like you should let them fail. Because it's like you deserve more. You deserve more. You just deserve more. I don't know how else to say it. It's like this person isn't on the same wavelength as you, mentally or emotionally or anything. And you have to release your hold so like they can fall or they can see what they need to do for themselves, right? Okay. So I will see you for the mid-months reading. If you need a private reading, links in the description box below, or you can go to that website there. I love you so much. Blessings on your journey.